Boom, boom, boom.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
It's
Da-da-da-da-da.
9:29 and 10
Somewhere
seconds.
in the world.
We're in Maryland. We're going in. The stock market's going down. Stock market's about to open. All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
We're about to count down.
Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2,
1.
1. Yo.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding, ding. Stock market's
Let's
open.
go.
I'm ready. Yo.
Let's get it. I'm going to set my stop.
I've been studying my pre-market since 9 o'clock. I'm
Okay,
ready.
good
I'm on
shit,
the East
good
Coast.
shit.
Oh, penny stocks all day, on deck. I've been watching Ricky Gutierrez on YouTube. He's been telling all the secrets. I know all this shit. All right, ready? Check this out. INNT. It's been going up. It went up. What was that? 20% yesterday.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm gonna go up again
Sounds
today.
like a pump and dump to me.
I don't care.
Uh,
I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna let it ride. Let's go.
Man.
All right,
If you
I'm
feel
in.
comfortable taking that trade and you understand it.
10,
then take it.
10 grand. I'm in. Let's go.
Okay, cool.
All right,
man,
I'm up.
just set
I'm
your
up.
stop
I'm up.
loss? Okay.
No.
Set your stop loss.
I'm gonna let it ride. I'm
Manage your
just
risk.
going crazy.
Make
I'm
sure
going
you
crazy.
set it- okay.
I'm like free nut
Okay,
all
this is
day.
what you're learning?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I saw on the YouTube. He said, go in, put it up in like 10 seconds, and get out. All right, ready? Whoa, it was green. Not what? It's red.
Okay, I would cut losses.
So what happens when it's red?
I would cut losses.
Now I'm down like 5 G's.
Okay.
I
I would just cut your losses. You didn't have a good exit strategy, man. Dude, that's all on you, bro.
Drop the intro.
Sumo! Let's go!
Boom. Welcome back to the Catch Up with Bryan Sumardi. Season 2. We're back. The number 1 podcast where you feed your curiosity by meeting some cool-ass people. And as you can tell, we're going to talk about stocks today. Today's special guest, Danny Paul. Say what's up.
What's going on, guys? Dan Sold It here. Danny Paul. Thanks for having me on the podcast, man.
You're very welcome. I'm so glad to know you.
Yeah.
Hearing your story, we kind of like caught up before this, and that was just pretty dope hearing a little bit tidbits of you. Because I kind of like just met you randomly through mutual friends.
Yeah, yep. And then we trained for a bit at Gold's for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've just been keeping up here and there.
I love it. I love how like things just come together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, perfect timing, man. Everything's in alignment.
But yo, I wanna catch up with you on this stock market thing. I've been seeing on your IG that you've been getting some gains here,
Yeah,
not just
you
in the
already
gym,
know.
but that financial gains. But can I get back into your background? Like
Okay.
you kind of like when I first met you, you did a detailing car washing company. Like that's like a true hustler.
Yep. Wax MD. So actually, I'll start off with my first company. So the first company that I started was Static Vapes in Montgomery Mall.
Okay,
It was
I remember that.
a vape company.
Ah.
So that's when things were like taking off. I saw the trend just blowing up in California, and my other friend Bryan and I, we just started slanging vapes out of our backpacks. We saw that it was huge, and we just walk around, and it's like we'd be hitting it, and people were like, "Yo, where can I get one?" I'd be like, "Yo, I got you."
Yeah.
You know, so
Wait,
so
like at the mall, just
no,
sitting, like, yo, you want a vape?
No, we probably get kicked out for that.
Yeah, I
But even when we were there, they wanted to kick us out. But
wow.
we were doing really well, and I remember doing our first order off of I believe it was DH Gate.
Okay.
You know, we bought our first like 5 vapes.
Is that like AliExpress?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we bought like our first 5 for like $50, and we sold
Shit.
each one for about $50.
So
and
you broke even?
No, each one for $50.
But then you said you bought it for the 50.
We bought all 5.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and the hype was so big, no one knew where to get them, so we sold them for $50 a pop.
So $40 margins.
Yes, exactly.
I like that. It's beautiful.
So I was just like, yo, we could keep doing this. And so, you know, our orders got bigger after order after order after order, and we just started slanging them all. And we're like, look, we need to find a spot. Let's go to Montgomery Mall. We can't afford a store in this area, so let's just do a fucking kiosk.
Okay. So your first move wasn't even like just doing it online or just like selling to local friends. You were like, yo, I'm getting a kiosk at the mall.
Yes, exactly, because it was pumping, it was booming. We had cash on hand. He had his car, I had my car, and we're like, look, if we're gonna make this happen,
Yeah.
and we both love cars. He had a STI at the time, slammed on nice wheels, full exhaust, turbo, all that. And
That's
I had
that
a
Maryland
Genesis.
all-wheel drive thing.
Yeah, Moco all-wheel drive.
Moco all-wheel drive. Shout out. Car gangs.
And then, you know, I had my Genesis Slam, Bride racing seats, open down pipe tune, and all that fun stuff. And we're like, yo, if we're gonna do this, we gotta sell our babies.
Okay. Oh, you sold your car?
So we both sold our cars.
Wow.
He sold his car, I sold my car. We went into Montgomery Mall. We had a meeting with the manager. And before you knew it, they were like, hey, you guys got a spot.
Yeah.
And our rent was $3,500 a month. And during the
Dang.
holidays, it was $7,500 a month.
How old were you when you started this?
I was 24 when I started that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, let me bring this back just to preface this situation. So, like, how'd you guys get the money to, like, get all these, like, nice-ass whips and cars and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, how'd you guys raise up the money for that?
Right, that we were just working. Just
working.
working all through high school. I had cars. I was blessed enough. My parents got me a car for my 18th birthday.
Was that the Genesis?
No, my first car was an Acura TL.
Okay.
And then I flipped that for profit. And,
Nice.
And then
Nice
I got the
flex right there.
G35.
Okay.
Yep, 6-speed manual, Brembo brakes. You already know. Then I flipped that and got the Genesis. Flipped the Genesis, got a 240. I flipped the 240, and that's when I got a work truck to start my detailing business.
Okay.
So real quick, the reason
you-
why we closed down the static vapes, the vape company,
Yeah.
was because Montgomery County was the only county in all of the United States to impose an excise tax on vape companies.
Oh.
So we got charged an extra 35% on our cost of goods sold, on top of our sales tax, on
Yeah.
top of my employment tax, on top of my rent. And this is the big theme here, overhead, and I'll get to this in the end.
Okay.
Overhead is
Yeah.
the biggest thing. I probably spent over $50K a month on just renting my
Yeah.
spot. That was just the rent for my
Wait. I think you said it was 3,500.
a month, and over $50K a year. Is
Oh,
what I meant.
okay. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. All right.
Over $50K a year. So I had that open for 2 years. We got so excited. We were doing well. The second year, we opened up our second location in Wheaton Mall.
Okay.
We bought a nice build out, had flat screen TVs, and had all the nice cases, the glass cases with LED lights and stuff. We were doing great. And
As
then
a kiosk?
it was bigger than a kiosk.
Okay.
It had a counter you can walk behind.
Oh.
And it was just like this huge place, had a flat screen TV behind us, 4 glass cases there, 4 glass cases there. We had a juice bar for the vape and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so pretty much what it was is a...
Sounds like a hookah lounge.
Yeah, and it was in the middle of Wheaton Mall, and they pretty much sold us on it. They're like, yo, it's going to be cash heavy. Like, you guys should get in there now. You guys are doing so good.
Yeah.
So we get in there, and then Montgomery County was just like, yeah, by the way, there's a new tax out, and you got to pay this.
Wow.
So we pretty much liquidated everything.
Yeah.
Because this was around October, November, when the rent was $7,500 for both spots.
Oh, so you had both open at the same time. So
Yeah.
now you just moved. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, so
okay.
I had Montgomery Mall open. I had Wheaton open.
Yeah.
We were getting so excited and a little bit ahead of ourselves, and we went to Miami and started looking at places out in Miami to open.
Yo, you're living the lifestyle. You're living the dream.
That's what we were trying to live until
Okay.
reality hit us, and we're just like, all right, well, this tax is here. We sold our cars, but we had nothing else backing us.
Yeah.
We didn't. It was literally just a dream that we tried to make come true, and we gave it everything that we had.
That's a message for everybody. Uncle Sam go get his.
Yeah.
All day.
Yep. You already know. So I was like, all right, how can we combat that for the next thing?
Mhm.
I didn't give up. I was just like, you know what? What's the next thing we're gonna do? So I took a job for a year as an asset protection associate, and then he took a job for a year, and we saved up. 9 months later, I'm like, bro, I got an idea.
Well, actually, out of curiosity, how do you get an asset
Protection.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I didn't even know what that was.
So that's pretty much. So again, it really is all about who you know. One of my friends was the asset protection manager at a Walmart in Baltimore.
Wow.
So what I did, I'd come in civilian clothes every day,
Okay.
and I'd catch people stealing. Yeah, and I'd take them to court. I'd suit up, take them to court, and I just itemize everything that they stole.
Yeah.
If I got to call the cops, I'll call them, and then I'll see them on their court date.
So you were just undercover.
Yeah, I was undercover every day.
Wow.
Yeah, and we did
For
risk
the
management for Walmart in Severn, Baltimore. Yeah,
Crazy.
Severn, Maryland, actually. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
that
kinda know
was
where
that was
is.
a really cool. It was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
So that held me down for a little bit.
Okay.
Saved up
Yeah.
again because I literally lost everything.
Right.
I did not have a car at that time. I had to use my mom's car, to get to work and stuff. And
So you're staying with your parents like after that.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
You were always staying with your parents until like now. Now you got your own spot.
Yes. This is my new spot. I've been here for 6 months. You guys, I'm 29 years old. I lived with my parents ever since. I always wanted that, like, I want to go live that dorm life.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, like, you can just stay right here and go to school,
But I love that message right there. It's like patience. Like
Mhm.
one thing I keyed in from you, like from just like watching you,
Right.
is that patience was a key value of yours.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that ties into trading too, which is
Hell.
yeah.
Was it so you lost everything, you got an idea. This is where the detail company came in, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So I was just like, how can we reduce overhead? All right, we can be mobile.
Hmm.
So I was like, let's do this detail thing. We get some contracts. We pump some marketing. We'll take some classes. So we
Yeah.
got certified. Went out to Detail King in Pennsylvania. We both got certified for detailing. Then we went to Avery Dennison in New York and got certified in wrapping.
In New York
Yes.
for Oh,
for rapping cards.
Vinyl rapping.
Vinyl rapping.
Okay, I was like,
you're like,
wait,
you rap now?
there's a certification to rap? Oh, I didn't know that.
I've got that a few times. They're like, yo, you rap, bro? I'm like, nah. I rap cards.
Spit some bars. Drop a beat.
All right.
Well, go ahead.
So we got all of our certifications for that. We knew that's what we wanted to do, and we started closing contracts. We started going to shops. We started closing contracts. We got some contracts with dealerships, and we got a lot of local people in the area.
Okay.
We had an Angie's List. We had a Yelp. We had a Facebook. We had an Instagram. We had a website. We had a promo video. Like, we had everything down packed.
Where'd you learn all this?
Dude, all from experience from running the vape shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So
just marketed.
yeah, I mean,
Word of mouth?
yeah, it's just word of mouth, and Instagram was really big. So I was really into social media marketing, and that's where I caught onto these trends.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, if I catch onto these trends just because I'm on Instagram, then people in this area can catch onto the trend before they even know it, with
Right.
me putting it out and telling them where they can get this and what's going on.
Yeah.
So it was pretty much a learning experience throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I had my vape shop, we went through about 6 accountants. It was a nightmare.
Okay.
We had one accountant completely get up and disappear.
Yeah.
We had one accountant that like made us owe more than we really did. Then we
Okay.
lost him, and then we found another accountant. We're like, let's pay for the rich accountant that owns a Ferrari.
Yeah.
You know,
Get the
and-
good one.
Yeah, yeah,
The
and
Jews.
still didn't- yeah, he was Jewish. Yeah. He was Jewish, and but yeah, even to that, man, it's like we went through so much trials and tribulations. It was all a learning experience. I don't regret anything about it. But if we were going till now, I think we'd be huge. But again, there's so much restrictions. The big tobacco companies are really trying to put a halt to this whole vaping thing.
Yeah.
So
I think smoking in general, like even with marijuana, weed, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff going on right now, it's a big debate when it comes to the federal law and state law.
Right. So I was just like, all right, I guess I'm glad I'm out of it, because there's a lot of stuff going on, especially with the state that I live in and the county we live in, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Legal.
Yeah. So that we just liquidated everything, pulled out, started Wax MD, which
Okay.
is our detailing company.
Right.
We bought a Ford E350 panel van.
I don't even know what that is.
It's one of those white like painter trucks.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah,
with
yeah,
the sliding doors
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the doors on the back.
Cargo van.
Yeah, cargo van.
There you
yeah.
go.
So we got it wrapped with our logo. We got a pressure washing machine installed into it. We got a pressure washer, a generator, carpet extractor, polishing, like everything. We had everything to do detailing.
How much did that run you?
With the van, we got a really good deal on it, and all the equipment, about $12,000 for the startup.
That's it?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So I sourced everything on the internet. We found the van for like $6,500
Okay.
with like 70,000 miles on it. But those things are fucking horses. Those will
Yeah.
last forever, right? Paid $600 to get it wrapped.
Okay.
Put our logo on the back. Put our Instagram on the back. Put our number on the back. Put the email on the back.
It sounds like you were the brains of everything. What did your boy Bryan do?
Okay, Brian's a huge people person, and he's a huge numbers guy.
Okay.
So he loved organizing everything, doing all the accountant, filing everything.
Yeah.
He loved that part of it.
Okay.
Me, I'm more of the creative type. I love marketing. I love creating. I love sharing.
I like
And
that.
I love just, visions. I just have a vision for everything, and I try to make it happen. And he was good at that too, but again, he was like super OCD, which was great. We had such a good balance, which is why we're able, a lot of people say don't get into business with your best friend.
Yeah.
But the way that we clicked and the way that we compromised with each other,
Yeah.
we always wanted to make sure the other was okay with what we were doing.
Okay.
And that's key. It's like, dude, are you okay with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're good with this. And if it bothered us and we were going to speak up, then we'll speak up and find something and come to an even ground.
So that was like super respectable that like you guys were on the same page, and you guys, how like some guys, I don't know if you ever experienced this, but I'm pretty sure you'd have.
Uh-huh.
It's like some guys would like throw shade at you, like
Right.
low key, even though
Right.
like you're one of your good friends,
Right.
like one of your day ones.
Right.
But then it's kind of like just natural
Yeah.
how it happens, and then if you
Mhm.
actually talk business with them, some people are like insecure.
Yes.
So then
Mhm.
some
I mean, I've had
animosity happens.
I've had friends that I brought up business ideas to, and they were just like, oh yeah, like let's do it. Let me know when you're ready to do it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, so when are we gonna do it? And
Right.
they're not willing to take the risk.
Oh.
And I'm just like, dude, like, you got me all wrapped up and excited about talking about this idea, and now you don't even want to go in on it? Like,
Yeah.
all right, cool, I guess. All right, you've done that multiple times. I know you're just not a person that I'm going to do a business with, but we'll still
Right.
be friends.
Okay.
But
So-
Bryan and I, we always build off of each other. We had a similar style. Anytime I had a great idea, he built on top of it. He had a great idea, I built on top of it,
Yeah.
and we just meshed like that and just kept going from there.
So how long did you guys know each other prior to the collabs?
Dude, since the MC days, man. We knew each other since I'd say 2010.
Okay.
Yep.
And you guys are
2010
still running.
And 9 years now. We ran 2 businesses together, and then we both got a real estate license. Oh, real quick, we got we got rid
Always
of,
on the move.
Yes, we got rid of the Wax MD detailing company. Sold it to a new business owner. We wrapped everything in a turnkey business and sold it.
Mhm.
Reason being was I still didn't get away from the overhead issue. Why?
Okay.
I thought because I was in a mobile van, I wasn't going to have rent at a mall and then have someone rate me on the double rent on November and December like the mall did.
Okay.
You know, because they double it.
Even though you were in the garage? You were in the garage, right?
No. I meant for Wax MD. I mean, not for Wax MD, for Static Vapes.
Oh, yeah.
For the vape shop, they double your rent during holiday season.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so all that extra money I was getting, I just gave it right back to them.
Yeah.
Now, again, with the detailing company, insurance, gas.
Right.
Not only for the truck, for the pressure washer,
Okay.
for the generator.
Generator, yeah.
Insurance, water. We
Water.
used a lot. We had a 100-gallon tank that we'd filled up almost 2 times a day.
Wow.
And then so I'd have to give my parents money for all the water I was taking from the house.
Oh.
Right?
I wonder how much that bill was.
Yeah. And then, we just had all those costs of eating out every day. I gained a lot of weight. We're like, we work so hard, we deserve Iron Age. So we go to Iron Age like 3 times a week, And we're like, we work this hard, we deserve it. But at the end of the day, after we split it, we weren't making shit.
Yeah.
And we were busting our asses. We do 6 to 7 cars a day.
Well, I just wanted to put a small flex when you said you gained some weight. You worked with me, Sumo Lips, and we kind of we got you kind of swole.
That,
yeah. But, all right. No, just a little flex on me.
Yeah.
But keep on going. So overhead was your biggest thing, and then this kind of brought you into now. Like, what made you? So now you work at Tesla, right?
Yeah. So
you sold it, went to.
Yep, sold the business. Got my real estate license because I thought I wanted to do real estate at the time. I bought into the whole you guys can make this much money and work from home, and I bought into the whole idea so quickly.
Yeah.
And then I discovered Redfin,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pretty much the Uber for real estate.
Okay.
Okay, so you can do home tours, you can pick up keys, do sign drop-offs, do closings, do all these things and get paid per event.
Okay.
I'm like, cool. And you can have your own schedule. You open up your schedule to whatever you want to do. And I was like, cool, I can make this happen until I find a new job.
Right.
Thankfully, I applied at Tesla, got pulled in there, and I got the job at Redfin all at the same time. So on my days off, I was working at Redfin.
Solid.
And the other days, I was at Tesla.
Hustle all day.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And I applied to Tesla 6 years ago, and I didn't get the job before I started the vape company.
So you've always wanted to work for Tesla.
Yep. I remember even buying a book on Nikola Tesla and reading it just so I'd be ready for the interview 5 years ago, and I didn't get the job. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember. Yeah. I even changed up my resume a little bit and put that I was pursuing electrical engineering, and I wasn't.
Big respect.
Yeah, I was just
your tenacity is amazing.
Yeah, because I was like, I know about vapes because it's like from vapes I learned about resistance and
electric.
And voltage and, so I was like, I know
Newton's energy.
Yeah,
resistance.
I'm all about it. But really, I just ran a vape shop. I didn't know anything about electrical engineering.
Wow.
But yeah, so they gave me the job, and again, patience.
Okay.
Came back in. Patience. I got the job when I needed it.
Yeah.
Redfin didn't work out for me. I quit. It was wasting my time. A lot of people was rescheduling. I wasted a lot of gas, wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fees, realtor fees, Century Lock fees, G-Car fees. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to quit that, take my license back, and I'm going to figure out the next thing.
Okay. And then that's kind of, you got some free time. How flexible is your time at Tesla? Because now you do stock trading, and that's where I want to get into.
Okay, so the reason why I'm able to day trade, I'm full time at Tesla, work 5 days a week, and they're flexible there. So if you want to day trade, you've got to have time in the morning, right? Market opens up at 9:30. You want to get in on all the action. All the action happens from 9:30 a.m. to about 11:30 a.m.
Right.
That's when you see the most money action.
Yeah.
So instead of asking for the 9 to 5 shift at work, I'd be like, "Yo, boss, can I get the 1 to 9 shift?" He's like, "Why?" He was like, "I want to do trading and stuff in the morning and just kind of watch my stocks." He's like, "Sure, I got you."
Nice.
So he'll give me the 1 to 9 shifts, and he'll give me the 11 to 7 shifts.
Okay. And to preface this, I want to say that you are a day trader.
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
All right. So day trader, you get in a position on the same day, you exit that position on that same day.
Okay.
So I like to get in, and within 20 or 30 minutes, I'm out of that position.
Yeah.
Cover my profits, and I'm done for the day.
So you actually time yourself for these trades?
No, I don't time myself. I have a plan. So
Mhm.
it's like I have a target where I want to get out at,
Yeah.
and I also have a target where I'm willing to take that minimal loss.
Okay.
And once one of those two happen, I'm done for the day.
Okay. How do you pick your stocks?
So I don't really pick my stocks. I trade futures. So it's commodities, things like natural gas, crude oil, gold.
So
All right.
something that will never go away.
Exactly.
It's
And
been
something-
around for years,
Right.
centuries.
Exactly. Because if something happens with Uber, they're like, oh no, like a passenger got robbed in Uber today, and it's all over the news. It's gonna what? Tank, right?
Yeah.
So these are all things that can be manipulated by news, right? Natural gas, not so much. It's always going to be there. There's always volatility. We're always going to have natural gas. We're always going to have crude oil.
Mhm.
And I like to just read the patterns. I
Yeah.
do volatility trading because
Okay.
there's so much action in these ETFs. So ETFs follow that future. So natural gas has two stocks
Yeah.
that follow it.
Okay.
One goes up when natural gas goes up, and the other goes down when natural gas goes down.
So now you just have to figure out where the trend is going, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So if we see natural gas is peaking out today, and we know it's gonna come down, then I'll go in on U gas because as natural gas comes down, D gas goes up.
Yeah. So you gas is
U
when
gas goes up when natural gas goes up.
yes, natural gas usage, meaning like what is natural gas? Natural gas is
So, like,
utilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously in the winter,
Mm-hmm.
there's a higher demand for natural gas because everyone has to warm their homes.
In the East Coast.
Right. Yeah. That's true. And there's a higher demand for that, and when there's less of a supply, there's a higher demand, right?
Right.
So that's why I like to look at the natural gas reports that come out every Thursday at 10:30.
On the East Coast.
Yes, on the East Coast, and depending on how much natural gas was in there compared to the week before,
Mm-hmm.
is going to determine how that price is going to fluctuate.
And I know what you're talking about. So it hits fairly quickly. So you can follow the trend, and then you can see where when the natural gas report hits, it's gonna spike up or down more often than not.
Right.
And then you kind of buy in at that time, and then know where the trend is gonna continue to go, because it'll follow back.
Oh, 1 second. I think the sushi will be here soon.
Ooh,
Yeah, 7:25. I think the sushi's here.
it's here.
It's supposed to be here at 7:20. And you knock on the door.
Gotcha. Perfect time to pay some bills. This podcast is brought to you by Barbell Apparel. Barbell Apparel. If you got thick thighs like me, stocky legs, I'm kind of short, but I got real big legs. They have jeans that really stretch. They come in 34-inch inseams, so they come just standard length. If you're really tall, they'll fit you perfectly. If you're short like me, I gotta go to a tailor and get them fitted. So yeah, put promo code SUMO SUMO for a 10% promo on your order. Yeah, and we're back. Shout out to Kushi
Kushi Sushi.
Sushi Pike and Rose, Rockville, Maryland, North Bethesda. I don't know how we differentiate our cities
North
anymore.
Bethesda.
Yeah, North Bethesda, whatever. Yeah, little food break. Good.
Ready to go?
Bring that mic a little closer to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. There we go. All right.
Perfect. All right, where we at? We're talking about stock market, like the technicalities.
Mm-hmm.
Can we go to mindset real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, in terms of mindset, I think one thing I really like was like business,
Mm-hmm.
like business models. I think you were telling me like earlier in the podcast,
Right.
you were saying like you and Bryan have like certain personality traits that really do well.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I like really want to take away from you is like everything you do in life is about sales.
Mm-hmm.
So let me hear like what lessons have you learned in sales that made you so like successful in your businesses?
So one of the biggest skills that I've picked up just naturally is learning how to mirror people.
Okay.
So when you first walk up to somebody, you kind of feel them out, and that's why I love having Bryan as my partner, because he was filled with energy.
Okay.
Blonde hair, blue eyes, and he's just like, hey, like, what's going on, guys? Like, I just want to show you this. I'm so excited. He can talk for hours and just have you just locked in and super excited.
Yeah.
Me, on the other hand, and I was like, hey, that's great to have for our business. Me, on the other hand, I like to look at everything more on the technical side.
Okay.
I'm more of like an introvert. I kind of go with the people that are just like, hey, Dan, like, can you show me how to do this? I'm like, yeah, like, I got you. Or it's like, hey, what are you vaping on? I'm like, cool, let me show you. You can do this and this, and then you can put this in it, and then you've got 5 ohms, and then you can put the cotton in it, and then wick it and build it. And some people like that.
Yeah.
So whether you're on the technical side or the emotional side, I'll be like, hey, smoking cigarettes is pretty harmful to you. You know, don't you want to try to quit? You know, this is less harmful. There's no carcinogens. There's no combustion. And this would greatly improve your health if you tried it, and then one day eventually not even vape.
Wait, so you're saying vapes are not bad for you?
Smoking anything is bad.
Okay.
Technically, it's not smoke, it's vapor, but I think ingesting anything of that sort isn't the greatest, but it is better than smoking cigarettes, and that's just a whole nother debate. But
I don't even know how that goes.
But I mean, just back to the mindset, it's great to find somebody, if you're going to have a business partner, where you guys can be on both ends of the spectrum.
Okay.
When it comes to
introvert,
sales.
extrovert.
Yes.
I want to go back to that mirroring thing that you were talking about.
Mhm.
How did you learn how to do that? Did you just like know it intentionally?
I think I just knew it intentionally. I think, you know, I've watched all the mentors and all the people that Tony Robbins and all the Gary V's. I've watched a lot of that, read a lot of that, and that helped too. But you know, especially being in car sales now, working at Tesla, you have the environmentalists, right? You have the people that just want it because it's fast. You have the people that just want it because it's cool.
Yeah.
You know, you have people that want it because of the text and the specs. And so you learn how to sell it and break it down to somebody in that sense.
So you're really good at like almost like intuitive research of people.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, like
And I'll try to pull something out of them. Like I'll have a doctor that comes in to buy a car. I'm like, oh, well, what hospital do you work at?
Yeah.
My sister works at the Washington Hospital Center in D.C. Oh, what does she do? And then there you go. We built that rapport. Hey, thanks for coming in. I'll shoot you an email later. I'll shoot you the link of the car that we built out, and we'll catch up.
I'll talk in military terms. For me, I call it psychological warfare. Because it's really how it is. Like you have to understand, like, or not really understand, but you kind of have to plan your next move in accordance to what they may be feeling.
Right.
Like if they're feeling trapped, saying in military terms, if we're approaching from the front with our main cavalry or like the main effort in terms of a group attack,
right,
you want to surprise them with a small group flanking them from the side.
Right.
So it's like, oh, everyone's coming from here. You see everyone, and that's like the main danger.
Right.
But then you want to hit them from the side to be like, all right.
Like,
Yeah, so like we got you.
Right.
So like you have to plan what, like, depending on like their leader type of thing.
Right, how you're going to attack.
So it's almost like sales tactics as you as the salesperson versus the consumer.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But you don't think that way, and I like that. That I love like hearing different perspectives because it makes me feel more crazier than I think I am.
Right. And yeah, I mean, with salesmen and like door knocking was huge. And that doesn't mean literally knocking on someone's door, but we go business to business and let them know the services that we offer. And you'd be surprised to see how much responses we got with people saying, I've been looking for a detailer. Thank God you guys came.
Wow.
You know, so we had those instances, and we're like, wow, like you really got to get out there and just do it.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it and you don't try, then you're never going to see the results, whether it's good or bad. If it's bad, you learn something. If it's good, more power to you. So
you never really had to overcome that, like a fear. Like you never had the fear of like, what if someone says no? What if it doesn't work?
Right.
You just never had that fear.
Yeah. I think we got caught up in the excitement of like, one of our things was we went to a principal at one of the local county schools.
Yeah.
And we were like, hey, what do you guys think if we did this? And we gave them 2 menus. All the faculty will get their cars detailed, right? And if we get 10 or more, we'll give everyone a 30% discount.
Wow.
So all the staff would get like really excited. The principal said okay.
Yeah.
And we had a sign-up sheet in the school office, and we did that multiple times, man. And I'd say we took home about 1,700 in one day.
Wow.
We'd post up in the parking lot at 6 a.m. and finish up around 3 p.m.
But you were saying the overhead kind of killed you still.
Yeah, and so I thought this whole detailing thing would be a good idea because I helped one of my other friends, Billy. She started her mobile grooming business.
Okay.
And she's taken off with that, and she's done that for 4 years. And I still had when I sold my vape business, I'm like, what should I do next? Well, she's killing it in the mobile game.
Yeah.
Let me kill it in the mobile detailing game.
Right.
But it's a lot more fucking work than grooming a dog.
Power couple goals.
Yeah, because it's just like grooming, like, yes, there's a lot of work that goes into it, and there's a lot of skill, don't get me wrong. But we're over here just like wiping and polishing, and then clay barring, and then carpet extracting, and then pressure washing, and then hopping in the van, hopping to the next location in 90 degrees or in
Yeah.
below 30. I remember one of our friends' cars, we were
Ooh.
washing, and as soon as the water hit the car, it froze. We had to go around the whole car and chip ice off of it.
Wow.
So I mean, and then one of the times we realized we needed to sell it was during the winter. Our 100-gallon tank froze in our truck, and for the next 3 days we had a heat gun in there, chipping away with a screwdriver,
get
just trying to
ice.
get the blocks of ice out.
Dang.
Then the pipes bursted, and then we had to go buy new pipes, and we had to tell all of our contracts like, hey, we can't make it today, and so like all these things just kept on snowballing on us, and I'm like, what's the next move?
Too much hassle.
Yeah, I'm
Cut your
working so
losses.
hard. Yeah, cut your losses. There you go. Cut your losses. And you know, I was talking to my mentor, and I found a pattern, and what the pattern that we found was is that I tend to take my heart out of things.
Okay.
So after she helped me realize it, after I heard about the vape tax,
Yeah.
a lot of vape companies stayed in business
Right.
because they found support. They had backing. They had 4 or 5 guys behind them.
Right.
It was just my best friend and I.
Okay.
You know, so as soon as I heard about that tax, we gotta fucking sell everything.
Yeah.
Okay, detailing, too much fucking work. We couldn't afford a shop because we wanted to do tinting and wrapping and have a in-house detailing shop with a mobile truck on the road. We had everything mapped out.
Yeah.
We just couldn't afford it in this area, and we're working too hard, and we still weren't making enough money for somebody to live in a studio like this.
Yeah. And the whole time you were doing this as a two-man team, right?
Yeah, and
Both the vape and the detailing.
no, we sold the vape shop first, and then we started the detailing.
Right. But then you only had
Oh,
two
it was
people.
only us two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it was only us two. We had a few employees at Static Vapes.
Uh-huh.
For the nights we wanted to go to Iron Age. We were just like, yo, like, it's 7 o'clock. Can you just come in and watch the shop for like the next 2 hours and close up for us? We got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And we'd just be chowing down at Iron Age.
Okay. Oh, I have this like very influential quote that always comes to my mind in this situation.
Mhm.
Tell me what you think about this quote.
Mhm.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Like, what do you think about that? Just something.
If you want to go fast, go low.
go alone.
Oh, go alone.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
It's an African proverb.
So what I've learned is, you know, with our vape shop,
Mhm.
the first year we did $250,000 in revenue.
Okay.
Okay, and that was when we had no idea what the fuck we were doing.
Right.
And we were just like, let's fucking go into this and fucking kill it. So we did $250,000 in revenue, and we netted about 60,000 that first year.
As a duo, so you split
And then
30-30?
we split.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was 30,000 at the end of the year.
After
Again,
taxes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So again, not that much.
Right.
Right. Detailing, we probably made half of that. We netted like 30 for the year and split it that and made 15 each.
Okay.
On top of all the hard work we were doing.
Right. Right.
And we're like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, why am I working so hard? And like, I gotta thank Bryan so much because he's had such a strong mentality. He was like, Danny, let's keep pushing through. We got to do this. Let's knock it out. And I'll always be like, can we just go home? Like, I can't believe there's other people sitting at a 9 to 5 making more than us. We're completely soaked.
Yeah.
And we smell like gasoline. And there's somebody at a 9 to 5 getting 15 an hour. And he's like, dude, don't think like that.
Yeah.
He was just like, we took a different path.
Ah.
And he was like, don't think like that. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, to me, it just doesn't make sense. We're working so fucking hard. We've been at it for a year. I don't see too much growth. Like, yeah, we were taking on new clients. And
Right.
the best part was people started to know us. Like, yo, I saw your truck.
Yeah.
Yo, my neighbor needs a detail.
Yeah.
Yo, this, and that. But I'm like, great, another car to wash.
Right. Okay.
And I did love cars. That's why I got into the detailing business. But I
Right.
fucking hate washing them.
You hated the work that was associated with it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, the reason why I brought that quote up too, and I wanted to, if you want to go fast, go alone. And what I was thinking in that terms is, even though you had a 2-person team, so you weren't alone, but you only had each other. And then what I meant by if you want to go far, go together, and not just mean as a duo, but exponent like Grant Cardone when they think of real estate,
Right.
10x.
Right.
So I think the biggest issue that I think you guys had was the part that you guys only had each other and you weren't looking for more support.
Yep. We only had each other.
Right. And
I
I want to get into this. It's like the law of attraction. I always bring this up too because one question I always ask people, and no one really has a good answer, or not really a good answer, but no one understands. Like, never really thought this question out.
Right.
It's like, who are the 5 closest people that you actually associate with,
Right.
and like, how do you know them, or like, how do you actually work with them?
Right.
Because another thing that I've been saying recently is that I truly believe that we tend to find the things that we're looking for, and it's highly dictated by the people that we surround ourselves with.
Right.
And the people that we surround ourselves with the most, probably that we don't really take account of, is our actually like friends and family, our
Right.
close friends and family,
Mhm.
because their actions, their feelings dictate what you look for.
And that's your reality. That's what you're seeing, and that's what you're hearing, and
Right.
that's who you're communicating
And
with.
like listening to your story from beginning to now,
Right.
it's like you have very good people.
Right.
But I think,
Mhm.
and I also want to get into that mentor. Like, how did you find him, her?
Okay, that was
that.
really awesome because after having these two businesses not work out, I never gave up. I just knew that I was meant to be a business owner. I'm meant to run my own shit.
Yeah.
And I enjoy growing it. I enjoy meeting people. I
Right.
enjoy selling something.
Okay.
But if I can do it of my own, I'll do it that way if it was something of my own.
Yeah.
So the way I found this mentor, it was all just such a blessing, man. I went out to Vegas for a Champs trade show
Okay.
about 2 months ago. And this is while I'm still at Tesla. I went to this trade show. I met a really cool guy, and he just came up to me. He was like, yo, like, what's up, man? Like, blah, blah, blah. We're talking. He was like, check out this new vape I got. Like, you want to try it? And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, sure. And we start talking, and he said he has a CBD company.
Okay.
And I was like, that's really cool. And he was like, yeah, I actually started it with my mentor. And I was like, awesome. I've always been looking for one, but I wasn't able to find a mentor that I'll be willing to spend money on.
Okay.
I didn't want to just go Google
Mentor.
business mentor
Yeah.
in Rockville, Maryland.
You'll find a bunch of washed
so
people.
I knew the right person was going to
straight
come at the
dubs.
right time.
Yeah.
You know? So I was out in Vegas, met this kid. I was like, you know what? Give me her information.
Mm-hmm.
Her name was Rayma Deshuri,
Okay.
and she's a life, business, and spiritual coach.
Okay.
And just it really resonated with me at the time.
Sounds very holistic.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm all about it. I mean, you see, I've got geodes in there, and crystals, and amethyst, and I've got a lot of cool energetic stuff going on in there. But I was really into it, and I just felt like, I went out there to just, I didn't really have a purpose when I went out there. I went out there to just check out the trade show because I was thinking about reopening a vape shop.
Yeah.
Because I got another opportunity, and I was just like, cool. I still love vapes. I know I could still sell it. Maybe I'll do this.
Okay.
And so that's why I was at the trade show in Vegas. So I met him, gave me her contact, and we get on a phone call every Tuesday for about an hour.
Okay.
And she's really helped me take off this whole stock trading business that I'm trying to do.
Interesting.
Because I wasn't sure where I wanted to go. We had to
Okay.
find out the pattern on why I kept on taking my heart out of things.
Okay.
And the same with the Wax MD. It was too much work. Took my heart out of it. And we sold it. And that's really what it is. If I see something's not working and it's not going the way I want it to,
Yeah.
I'm on to the next.
Oh.
And sometimes that's not always a good thing.
Sounds like commitment issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, it's not working out. We put our all into it.
Yeah.
We're working hard as fuck. We're not seeing the results. On to the next.
Right.
And Bryan was more like, dude, let's stick with it.
Yeah.
Like, we can do this. Let's keep. I'm like, yo, I don't have time to waste.
Wow.
We gave our detail company a year and a few months.
Yeah.
And then we sold it.
Okay.
And I mean, he was on it too because he saw how much we were working. We weren't really making any money out of it. But yeah, I forgot what we were getting to.
Your mentor and how she
Yeah.
helped you.
Yeah. So I found that mentor. She was super helpful, and she really helped me see the fears on why I wasn't moving forward with this whole stock trading thing because I want to teach.
What was her reasoning, like on the commitment thing? Like she just saw that you kept moving from thing to thing to thing.
Yeah, she was like, I noticed that you're moving from one thing to the other, and you're taking your heart of it, and you're not staying in it. So she was like, figure out what it is that you want to do right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was either reopen another vape shop
Yeah.
online, because I was getting into the e-commerce thing.
Right.
Because right now I'm thinking overhead.
Drop shipping.
The store didn't work. The mobile business didn't work. So now I'm on the internet.
Okay.
That's where I found myself now.
Yeah.
So I'm on the internet. E-commerce and all that, FBA by Amazon and all that stuff, it just seemed like too much. And I was just like, should I do it? Should I not? Should I get back into it by myself?
Yeah.
If I do, now I'm taking on all the expenses by myself.
Right.
And now I have a full-time job at Tesla, so I've got to pay for somebody to be at that store.
Right.
Right? And now all the expenses are on me.
Right.
So now I can't do it without my business partner right now.
But
at
your
least.
overhead would be lower because it'd be all online.
Oh, yeah. Oh, well, I got an opportunity to open up in someone's shop in Montgomery Mall.
Oh,
It was
I
a
see.
convenience store.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, I'll give you this whole entire wall
Yeah.
for $1,000 a month
Okay.
for you to do your vape thing.
Right.
And I was like, cool, I love vapes. Should I get into that?
Yeah.
Or should I continue with the stock trading thing?
Uh huh.
You know, so
But you decided to commit on
what
stock
I love,
trading.
yeah. So what I figured I love the most and I can see myself doing the most is stock trading, because you can make money from anywhere. You can travel and you can still watch the stock market. Again, I told you I love being technical. I love analyzing things,
Yeah.
and you've got to have a passion for it.
Right.
You know, I don't want anyone to get into this as like a get rich quick scheme, because
Yeah.
it's not. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna win. You're gonna learn.
Right.
And the whole thing, the whole idea about making money in the stock market is being conservative, being consistent, and locking in profits anytime you can.
Okay.
So, like earlier today, when you were in the green, I would have
Yeah.
got out right away, and I would have been happy for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me give you my perspective, because like recently, I've been approached a lot with business help,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been, well, majority men who's been coming up to me asking for help. And one thing I definitely, I read a book called Ego is the Enemy by Ryan Holiday,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of helped me pursue business in a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is I've learned how to look and ask for help.
Right.
So kind of like how you went and go found that mentor,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of did the same, but with individuals
Right.
of different expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Like my passion was fitness, or it still is fitness, because of the sumo lifts. Like that's been my bread and butter. Like that's one thing I know from the get-go I knew how to do.
Right.
And back in high school, for me, like I joined a lot of sports teams, like
Mhm.
football, track, volleyball,
Mm-hmm.
but I never really excelled well in team sports.
Interesting.
The one sport that I really like loved was
Uh-huh.
wrestling,
Okay.
because although it was still a team sport, but when I was on the mat, it was me
just
versus
you.
the other guy,
Right.
and I could like I felt in control.
Right.
And I think that's one lesson that I learned in reflection now
Mm-hmm.
that you might be facing right now,
Right.
because you want to take control of your destiny.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we both love trading,
Mm-hmm.
because I know it's my money, I know what I'm putting at risk.
Right.
You understand that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I think when it comes to stock trading, and you're more of a day trader.
Right.
I think I'm more of a dividends / swing trader.
Right.
So I'm more long term.
Right.
Because I don't look at trades as much,
Uh-huh.
because I felt like it stressed me out too much.
Right.
But I know if I see an opportunity, I will take a day trade
Right.
here and there.
Yeah.
But I think what I was going with that is just trying to balance, and I think you're very good at self-awareness.
Mhm.
You understood yourself very well.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that, and I feel like I wish I could teach that.
Yeah, because like I felt like I was at this point where if I continued doing what I wanted to do, yes, I can make it happen, but I need to see it from other perspectives, and I need to
Right.
grow before I get into this new, venture.
Right.
So I had to make an internal shift, and
Mhm.
that's like what you told me about. You know, like
Yeah.
I had to like start journaling, and I had affirmations. I had an energetic minimum and an energetic maximum, and then we got into like the nitty gritty about algorithms and Facebook and Instagram. Like she's like really about her stuff, and
Okay.
that's what I really love, because it's more than just, hey, you got to get the right marketing tool,
Right.
right? It's more than that. It's that internal shift that you have to make with yourself,
Mindset.
mindset,
Yeah.
right? So it's all about that mindset, and she helped me get onto the right mindset, because after all these years, if I couldn't do it myself,
Yeah.
I need someone's outside expertise and help in order to grow.
So she's a business mentor? Is that what she is?
She's a business, life, and spiritual coach.
Ah, okay. You said that.
Yeah, and
Okay.
she's out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And like I said, we just get on calls every Tuesday for about an hour and go over my progress and everything that we're doing.
How much does she charge, if you don't mind?
Roughly about, so for the month she charges about $1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, and after having my first consultation call and how much we discovered
Yeah.
and how much I learned,
Totally worth it.
I didn't think twice about it.
Okay.
I actually sent her $1,001 because like in
Tip?
like our culture, not even tip, in our culture, like if it's your birthday,
Yeah.
we don't just give you $100 bill.
Uh-huh.
We give you 101 to show you that one little extra like piece of like,
Makes a difference.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, I'm not just gonna give you 100, like just for good luck and to show you I fucking love you. Like there's 101, not just 100. So it's just something we've always done in our family. Like never just give a $20 bill.
What's your nationality?
So my parents are from Guyana,
Okay.
and I was raised in a Hindu household.
Okay.
But again, I don't say that I'm just Hindu or I'm
Yeah.
just this. I've studied so much religions, and I'm more a spiritual person,
Yeah.
and I respect everyone's way of connecting with God.
Yeah.
So I don't really stick myself to one, but I appreciate them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were you always into? I think you said like energetics. I don't really know much about. You said like I know you said like the stones.
Yeah.
But I don't know the names of the
Yeah,
stones.
I've got like an energy grid in there. It's just like I don't know. I feel like energy is a powerful thing. Energy is all around us, right?
Uh-huh.
Everything's made out of molecules at a molecular level, right?
Right.
Literally, this table is holding itself together because there's molecules bouncing back and forth at a fast rate to hold it where it is, right? And your energy can. That's what it is, right?
Over my head. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
you're teaching me stuff. I'm just soaking it in.
I just get so like deep into that stuff, and I just started. There was a point where I just started collecting all the amethyst stones and the geodes and the rocks,
okay.
and I met people in Vegas before I met that Vegas trip was a huge like eye opener. I went on that trip. I went by myself. I had just gotten out of a relationship.
Okay.
And I was just going out by myself. I went to Red Rocks Canyon by myself. You know, I did a lot of like self-thinking.
Some soul searching.
Yes, soul searching. I did a lot of soul searching, and I bumped into that guy who put me onto the mentor, and I came to all these realizations, and I'm really blessed to be where I'm at right now. So.
Okay. So like you were always into this energy stuff.
Yeah.
Through Hinduism / learning religion.
Yeah, exactly.
You always, I think one thing you always had a purpose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Like for me, coming from where I came from.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my perspective is, like, I was kind of isolated a lot when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just, like, my parents gave me, like, everything I needed to be good at home.
Right.
So whether it was video games, and I think when I was, like, 10 years and younger, I wasn't as curious because my parents never, like, really excited my mind, critical thinking-wise. Because I grew up Muslim.
Right.
I grew up Muslim, and then my parents would literally take me to school, pick me up from school, and then I would hang out, or I would go to Sunday school and hang out with Sunday school friends, and then be back home.
Right.
I never really got to see the outside world other than like cable TV.
Right.
Yeah, so I was like, I never really got until I got to middle school, and then I started walking home because I was like, hey, there's like the route that we go home.
Right.
I would see the same kids from my neighborhood. Luckily, my neighborhood was like filled with kids my age. So once I started walking home with them, it was like, oh, there's stuff out here.
Right.
Like, there's something to learn out here. And then that's when I really got curious. And I think from my perspective, to connect with you, it's like, take this a little bit.
Gotcha.
It's what I learned was my curiosity overcame any fear of, I don't know, danger.
Right.
Because I think around where I used to live, it was when I was like 5 and younger, the reason why my parents didn't want me like out and about was because it was like a bunch of gangsters. Like we had a lot of MS-13 around where I used to live.
Right.
But then we moved like a couple blocks away from that. And then as we moved away and times went on, they kind of left the area.
Gotcha.
So by the time I started walking around, it wasn't as bad. But I got to experience like a rougher part of the world.
Right.
But I kind of just like dove in.
So what made you want to go and join the military?
Oh, that was interesting.
So like what led you to that point, and you're just like, you know what, I'm going to drop everything that I'm doing right now? Because I feel like that's pretty big. Like, to be honest, like if I were to just, I don't know what state of mind I'd be in to be like, yo, I'm going to the military.
Yeah.
So what was going on at that time?
So to piggyback on what I was saying earlier about like my curiosity overcame my fears of anything. When I was 16 years old, to preface to me, at 13 years old, I got my first job at Baskin Robbins.
Okay, nice.
It's a summer job. I'm pretty sure it's illegal now to be working at 13 years
old.
old.
I think it's like 15 and 9 months.
Yeah. Somehow, like I went there, I asked for a job application. He's like, go get a work permit from your school. And I was like, okay. I went to go see my like school counselor.
Right, yeah.
And I was like, this guy told me I need a worker's permit to work with him. And I was like, okay. They gave me the sheet, signed it off.
At 13?
At 13.
Nice.
I was in middle school. I was in the 7th grade. But I only worked for the summer.
Okay.
And like I quit after. But then I think by the time I was a sophomore, I started working. My sophomore and a junior year, I started working at Noodles & Company.
Okay.
I think that's when you first met me.
Yeah.
And I worked there, I graduated high school, still working there, and I got once I turned 18, they made me a shift manager.
Okay.
And after high school, I went straight to MC. Once I got to MC, I took a weight training class.
Okay.
And it turns out my weight training professor was the GM of Gold's Gym, Rockville Town Center.
Oh, nice.
So basically, he was my plug to get into personal training.
All right.
But once I applied there, the fitness manager didn't like me, so he was like, "You're not experienced enough." And I was like, "What do you mean? I'm 18. Like I have the certification, I have everything that you asked for.
Right.
But why won't you give me the job?"
Right.
And it made me really confused when he told me I didn't have experience. Like, what do you expect?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
18. Yeah.
So the first thing that came in my mind was like, all right, if I can't get a job in personal training, which I actually enjoy doing, how can I get there? Like I didn't see it as an obstacle, or I saw it as an obstacle, but I didn't see it as like a unclimbable wall.
Right.
And other than that, I saw myself as if I continue the route that I'm on, I'll probably become a general manager of a restaurant. And I'm like, that's cool, but it seemed too played out.
Right.
Like I knew exactly the route I would take, but it didn't seem challenging enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we spoke about earlier, like the reason why, I only got my associates in business. I didn't go for my bachelor's. Parents wanted me to.
Right.
But like I told you, I got a healthcare IT job at Dr. First, and out of 20 people, they kept 5.
Yeah.
And out of the 4 other people, they all had bachelor's degree in business except for me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I guess I don't need it because I got a job. I landed a job without my bachelor's. So from there on, I was just like, cool, I'm just going to not even wing it. I'm just going to take this and run.
Yeah.
And see where I can go and see what I can make out of it. And then just to summarize it all, from there I went to culinary school because I thought I wanted to cook. I love food like you did.
Yeah.
I thought I wanted to cook, went to culinary school, worked in the restaurant industry for 3 years, and just figured out I don't want to be cooking the food. I want to be on the other side eating all the food.
Right.
Because like I told you, my head chef was just like, you're going to miss all the holidays. You're going to become an alcoholic. You're going to be this. You're going to be that. I'm like, all right, again, I don't want to waste my time doing this. On to the next.
Yeah.
So I left the culinary scene, started the vape shop.
Yeah.
Closed that out. Started Wax MD.
Yeah.
Sold that. And got this job at Tesla. And it's always nice to have a job, right?
Yeah.
It felt good to have a 9 to 5 again, or 11 to 7, 1 to 9.
Right.
It felt good to have benefits.
Full
it felt
time.
good to have a paycheck coming in every 2 weeks.
And it's secure.
Yes, it felt really good after running your own business for 4 years. You have a lot of monetary and emotional ups and downs.
Right.
And it's pretty tough, and that's why I stayed with my parents ever since. I just moved out of my house 6 months ago. So back to the trading thing. Again, the internet, it's huge. You can now reach the entire world from the internet.
Right.
Right? And I think knowledge is one thing that our generation is seeking more than anything.
Facts.
Right? So what I want to do is, I started teaching myself and taking all these courses, linked up with my mentor. I had an idea where I wanted to go, but I wasn't sure yet. And after I started posting all of my daily gains on Instagram, people were hitting me up and they were like, yo, can you teach me how to do this? You just made $100 in 20 minutes.
And I want to add to that. It's all about authenticity.
Yes.
I think in the world of social media today, the biggest issue is there are a lot of fake people out there. And because I know a lot, because we have natural followings,
right?
Because you actually met these people,
exactly.
you sold them vape,
I have
you sold them
500
cars.
Followers. Yeah, I've had Instagram for a long time.
But still, they know you, they understand where you came from.
Right.
So if you're doing something new and you're being successful and you have a little bit of knowledge of it, they'll be more willing to accept learning from you.
Right.
And this is where I think I want to ask you the same question. Who are actually those 5 close people that you associate with?
Okay.
Whether virtual or in person. Who do you
Today?
surround yourself? Yeah, today.
Okay, so for one, it'd be obviously my best friend Bryan.
Okay.
Billy, I've been friends with her for almost 9 years now.
Okay.
My mom and dad, I don't have too much conversations with them about what I'm doing in life.
But you care a lot what they think.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. But we don't talk about too much what I'm going to do. They have that old school mentality, why don't you just go become a doctor?
Yeah.
Go become a dentist, become a lawyer. And I was just like, no, because I don't have a passion for any of that.
Right.
So I'd say that one of my cousins and my other friend David, I think you met David. It's Bobby's cousin.
There. Yeah.
Yeah, David's there. Yeah,
I grew up with him.
Yeah,
He was one of my Sunday school friends.
Really good friend of mine. He's always got great things to say, and he's been a lot of support to me as well. But I noticed I had to make some adjustments with the 5 people that I surrounded myself with.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to make them even better, man. And I mean, I have good support now, but I think it can always get better. You know, don't become too complacent with what you have, because I think your support group can just absolutely blow up if you reach out. Like you said, reach out to people.
Yeah.
Ask. And I do that a lot at work too, because I talk to a lot of people that come in that have questions about Teslas, and I kind of flip it. I'm like, all right, he's here to buy a $100,000 Model S.
Yeah.
Where is it that you work?
Yeah.
What is it that you do? Oh, because I just wanted to know the mileage and how many miles you drive to and from work, because, you know, you'll be saving on gas.
Right.
And then they'll be like, oh, well, I do this, and that. And I'm like, oh, like, that's really interesting. And I'll take all of that and store it. I take all that information and store it.
Yeah.
What'd you do to get there?
Right.
What made you want to do that?
Yeah.
How did you? So I'd ask all those questions, and then I just put it in my arsenal.
So you kind of do what I do with the podcast, but in reality.
Yeah.
Like you actually put it to work on day-to-day basis.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I think also Tesla, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they have a pretty good work environment, or the
Oh,
people
yeah.
who work there are really ambitious.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've had almost like 12 or 13 jobs. I started working at 15 and 9 months when I was able to get my first work permit. And Tesla and the team that I have and the manager that I have and the leaders that are there, I'm so happy to say that I love where I work. Like, I love going into work every day. I love interacting with people about the environment and how much of an impact we can make. And on top of that, I'm a car guy, so now I can geek out on car specs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, the Model S is the second fastest production car in the world. This will crush a Lamborghini 0 to 60, crush a Bugatti, crush a Ferrari. So it's really fun to, like, talk to people and get some information out of them, and hopefully get a sale out of them as well.
Let me know what you think about this to wrap up everything. To protect your environment at all costs, and to do so, you kind of have to figure out the things you truly, not necessarily like are passionate about, but something you actually believe in. Like you said, you really believe in the environment, protecting the environment.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I'm a member of the Chesapeake Bay Foundation, so sometimes I'll help them plant trees along the shoreline, or we'll go plant oyster beds, because oysters, I think, in a day can filter up to like 50 gallons of water.
Yeah.
So I'm just like into all that stuff.
Yeah. So like I didn't even know that. But then you're big in the environmental, you're big into cars, and you know what you need in life, and that's money.
Right.
You need to survive.
Yep.
You need to pay for your living.
Right.
And I think that's my biggest takeaway from this interaction. Like I appreciate you so much.
Oh, absolutely. Dude, I appreciate you too.
Yo.
Man. And it's funny, David just asked me the other day, he was like, yo, I have this topic that I've been talking about with my friends on this road trip, and he was just like, do you think money truly brings you happiness?
It makes it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm like, well, I think you do need it to survive in today's world.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, again, that's a whole nother debate to talk about on. But yeah, so I'm living here with, you know, my salary at Tesla, and on the side, I really highly recommend running your business I really recommend running your business while having a full-time job at first.
Okay.
Because what I did with Static Vapes and what I did with Wax MD is I went all in.
Yeah.
I went all fucking in. I'm like, yo, we're going to do this. We're going to make it happen. I quit my 9 to 5. Yeah. Let's do it, right?
And you could go all in because you had a good support system, even though it was just like Bryan at the time.
Exactly. Yeah, my support system was there.
Everyone supported you. You kind of like pushed away all negative shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, I had all that, and now where I'm at, so it's like Static Vapes, I learned my lesson there with overhead and marketing. I learned a lot of skills.
Yeah.
Wax MD, a lot of labor.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of overhead. Yeah. And now the stock market.
Right.
And what I think I'm really passionate about now is teaching people, because I've been learning how to make money. I'd love to be a motivational speaker one day if I could, but I feel like I don't have like the fluency, and like I haven't read enough books or I haven't experienced them as much yet as other people, and it just doesn't come out as motivational. But
man, it's
I
all
think
about that passion. It's just like how I'm gonna flip it on you. Just as passionate you are about vapes, cars, moving to Tesla, and now the stock market, is put that same passion in just how you think, and just practice. Practice speaking.
Yep. Like it took me like 3 weeks to get my first YouTube video up. And after shooting it so many times, I was like, screw this. You're going to shoot it right now.
Yeah.
It took me 20 minutes to shoot it again after taking 3 weeks to try to get the perfect video.
Right.
I had to look good. I had to sound good. and everything had to flow, right? So if you see my videos now, it's like I screw up, but it's authentic, it's
Yeah,
organic,
right.
and I just keep going with the flow because no one's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
You know, and people want to see the real you. So,
So
that's
end of
what
the
I'm working
story is
at.
like, just do it.
Yeah,
Nike,
just do it. And again, guys, if you guys can do something on the internet, again, if I decide to teach people one-on-one,
You can reach
and
a lot of
sell
people.
courses,
Yeah.
you can reach people worldwide.
Yeah,
One,
right.
you can work with people worldwide. Two,
Uh-huh.
and three, what's your overhead? What is your fucking overhead? The internet bill.
Yeah.
That's your overhead, right?
Bang.
So that's where I see it now. I want to be on the internet. I want to grow it into a business. I want to teach more than anything, and I want to make money while doing it.
Boom.
So I can trade and make money and teach people how to make money while making money. So it's like that's where like I feel like all of these life lessons have led up to. And just to let you guys know, don't fucking give up. If the first time doesn't work, don't fucking give up. It's all a path you got to take, and when the right time comes, it comes when you're prepared.
Oh, there go them nuggets. Go grrr.
Yeah.
So let's. I know for the sake of time, let's wrap this up. Let me give you a platform to shout out your name. If
Okay.
anybody wants to talk to you, what's the best way to reach you?
All right, guys, reach out to me at Dan Soldit, DANSOLDIT, at Dan Soldit. Instagram, YouTube channel is at Dan Soldit. I don't have any courses out right now, but I am willing to help anybody that has questions or want to get into trading. I have a few videos up on YouTube to show you how to get started on the same platform that I use. And the reason why I got back into trading real quick is because of the platform I use. TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, super cool platform. And I think the reason why I got back into trading is because you're able to, again, get in and get out within the same day. And I love all the action that you see in the morning. So,
Bang.
I mean, some people, poker's their thing. Some people, roulette's their thing. Some people, sports betting's their thing. But
Yeah.
I found out that I'm really passionate about the market. And it's a fucking beast. And there's so much money on the table for you to take away from there. And if you guys want to learn how to do so, please do research. Please look up my videos. And please learn from as much people as you can.
All right, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Good shit, bro.